Hello and welcome back to The Broken Doll, and I am back. Boy, I'll tell you what a ride this was. I just want to say first, before I don't want to forget this part. I want to thank everybody out there who prayed for my daughter, who put her before the throne of God and lifted her up to our Heavenly Father to help her through her operation. We made it through, and I'll tell you, what was supposed to be an hour and a half became a 6.5-hour operation. Just about sent me batty. But we made it through, and she's doing great. Well, let me put it this way. I think she's doing great because, you know, when you're in the hospital, all you think about is your pain. And what they found in her, the doctor, this is what I want to quote what the doctor said to me. He said to me on the phone, he said in 25 years, he's never opened up a young lady like this before and seen what he's seen inside of her. So she had damages to her bladder. They put a stent in it, and she's going to have that taken out coming up in early November. Her bowels were also damaged, but not enough that it would ever play any part in her life. They were able to fix that all up. They took her last ovary out. Everything's done. They found a lot of junk in her. Gone. Non-cancerous. We're doing great. So I want to thank the good Lord for that. And, you know, here's the special part about it. While she was underneath in anesthesia, when they found out about her bladder, how bad it was, the doctor that was dealing with her is a gynecologist, and he called in a doctor that was on call, who is Canadian, world known for organ transplant, was able to come in and work on my daughter, on her bladder, to save her bladder, because it was near dying. Her bladder was. One part of her bladder was working, the other side was, or whatever. I take it there's two sides to her bladder. I don't know, but one part of her bladder was not working. With the stent he put in, it got her bladder working. And it was all because of everything that was going on inside of her. They thought she'd just be an hour and a half and she'd be coming right back to the hotel and home we go. Not the case. She went in on a Thursday and we got out on Monday. And we stayed an extra day in the hotel just so she could rest. And then we came home on Tuesday. So we just got home yesterday. But you know, the thing is that I could see God's hand over this whole thing. And it was wonderfully done for her. Now, yeah, she's dealing with her pain, but she's got pain meds for this. She's got all the things that she needs to get well. Being home is so much better for her because she can do all the things that she does, like, you know, sit at her desk a little bit, go to bed a little bit, do a little bit of what, you know, she needs to do to keep her mind healthy and off her problems. She's functioning in every way she needs to function. She made all her steps in the hospital too, to get out of the hospital. Thank goodness, you know, for all that. She just seemed to everything just fell into place and into plan, and they looked after her very well there. So I have to commend them for that. But, you know, it was a different ordeal to go through, and I'm glad it's done. It's behind us, and now I'm back out in my shop. I feel when I came back, I was disconnected from my home. I was so absorbed into this, up in this other city, that I forgot my life here. I was so absorbed into her. I come back and I feel alienated, and I'm trying to connect myself back into my life here. It's coming, you know, but I don't know how. I never felt like that before, but I do. I think I was just so wrapped into it that, you know, it's taken me a while to bounce back into my real life here again. So, but it's coming because I cut the grass today. All the reality is setting in. Okay, but anyways, and I got a wonderful doll here. Let's talk dolls now. But thank you to everybody who prayed for my daughter. I want to thank you all for those who lifted her up before the throne of God, and he put his hand over her. I could see that he did. For that timing of that doctor to be there, on call, there for her at that moment was divinely done. So anyhow, let's move on to this doll here. This is my version of Bobby from the Vogue doll company by Eloise Wilkins, Baby Deer Turns 1. Let me tell you his story. When I got this doll, all he was a head, arms and legs. That's it. That's all he was. Head, arms, and legs. No body. Bought him for $25. That's what I paid. I looked it up in my book. Paid $25 initially. Now there's the shipping and the exchange and all that. So let's say by the time I was done back then, I paid about $55 for him to bring him into Canada. Still, for this doll here, to go buy a Bobby, you're going to pay $300-400 depending on the condition and whatnot, or just somebody out there who just slaps a price on him. But he's up there in price, the Bobby, and Baby Deer Turns One, the girl version. So anyways, he had no hair. So I bought a wig and put this little wig on. Now I wanted the little girl. So what did I do? I didn't make the boy right away. I put a little spout on his head, and on her head, and just to kind of give it a little girl look. And that's what I used to do to my daughter when she was a little baby. I would put a spout, and that would give it kind of like a little girly look to it. And I wouldn't so much side part it. I would kind of just bring it to the front a little bit, so we had this little girl look going on. But I found a second one. I'm going to show her on another video, the little girl version. So when I found the little girl version in a cheaper price, I went, whoa, I can make this one the Bobby now. Take the spout out of the hair, and I've got myself my version of Bobby. Bobby had the darker hair. So this is my Bobby version. I bought a body off of Dolls by Sandy. I got this body here for him. Now at the time I didn't understand how to sew the body on. So I did it wrong. I need to take it back off, and now I understand what I did wrong. So I get what I have to do. I just took it and sewed it on the way I thought it should. It's not terrible or anything, but I can do it better. But I just don't have time for it right now. But it is on the agenda to get done and to sew him properly back on his body. But anyways, I put an armature in him so that his arms are posable. So he can hold things, you know, and just be a little bit more cuter. Now the armatures do go a bit into the legs, but I wasn't so much worried about the legs. I want it more for the arms. So I didn't care about the length of the armature, that it was going to go into the version of right down into the legs. So I just didn't go that far. I just want more arm expression that you see in the picture. So he can hold things and everything. So quite the doll, you know. So anyways, we're going to change him into a little outfit. I hope you enjoy this. And for all my new subscribers, while I was gone, I wasn't paying attention until I got home, and I saw that I jumped up in new subscribers. So welcome to my channel, where many things happen on here with dolls and everything that I muck into. I've got all different dolls that I collect. I don't collect like today's dolls a whole lot, but I am more of an antique from the 1960s, which is what Bobby is. Bobby is a early 1960 doll. And he's just gorgeous. He's a big boy. I would say he's about 25 inches long. So he's not a little boy. These are big babies. So we're going to get him out of this sunsuit that I picked up at the Salvation Army or one of the stores a few years ago. And we're going to get him, there we go, out of this. So my agenda is, so you can see, I sewed him on the outside where he should have been sewn. Flip this over and then sew, and then it would have went up that way. If for those out there that understand what I'm talking about, I didn't understand that at the time. I just thought I'm just going to sew it on, and I did. But it doesn't matter. So anyways, he's wearing a monkey diaper, one of these little cloth diapers here, little monkey one. So there we go. Well, he does have some armature that comes into the legs, but not a lot. It's not deep down. It's oh, that one is, but this one isn't. Oh, it's right about there. So yeah, it does go down. This is a deeper one. I haven't picked him up in such a long time. Now I would like to get a white onesie on him. Wonder what if I got a big enough one for him. Oh, I want to, down below, if you want to see my daughter and I make up our Halloween bags, let me know down below. There we go. And we will make a video of us videoing it, doing our Halloween, and we're also going to make it's just a Halloween house, spooky house. We're going to make one out of chocolate and whatnot. If you want to see that, now it's in a box and everything, but we're going to add some of our own to it. If you want to see that, if we can get her well enough, well, I think by then she will be. We will videotape it. We're looking forward to doing that. So let's get this on him. This helps keeps his body just cleaner. Keeps the hand oils off his body that wants to absorb. Whoops. Way over here there's another one. There we go. Now I think this outfit I'm putting on him is a little bit on the vintagey side, which I like. And it's made by Angel Wear. Made in the Philippines, of course. Can't make anything in our own country. That just isn't going to happen even back then. I was ripping apart a doll one time, back a little while ago, maybe about a year or so ago, and I pulled out the box that was inside of it. And, you know, it was a vintage doll made in the 60s. And we think a lot of the stuff that we're, you know, making in other countries just started recently. It hasn't, because this was made in a foreign country years ago, back in the 60s. And nobody would know about it unless you were to take this box out. And that's the only way you would ever have known about it. And I was like, oh, so this isn't something that's just started. Like, the ball started rolling years ago, many, many years ago. So, this is a cute little outfit. I've had it for years. I found it at one of the thrift stores. It was a complete set, and I just loved it then, and I still love it today. I don't get it on my dolls in the wintertime as much as I love to. But we're going to have Bobby in this until Christmas. Maybe we can get him in a Christmas outfit too. But it's nice to get them in these nice little outfits that just sit and beg to be put on my dolls. Now, I made him a little bit of a wide hip baby. So when I refix him, so I'm going to recorrect that. It's the armature inside that's doing it. So I'm going to fix all that when the time comes. Oh my goodness, he's cute. This is a little bit on the... See if we can pull it up this way. Yeah, there we go. He's a little short-legged little guy here, but it fits him nicely. Let's get his socks on him too. Because he had stripes, I thought I'd go with stripes up there as well, like down on his tootsies here. It's hard to put shoes on this little guy because he's got these, like, it's like he has these undersized feet and undersized hands, and it's like, oh my goodness, they don't match your body, you know, but that's how they made them. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's cute. Oh, now it's a little bit too big. We're going to just do what we do here. We tuck it down inside at the back. There we go. We don't need to see all that. Oh, that looks cute on him. Now I just figure his hair in such a way you don't have to get all... There we go. There. Oh my goodness, he looks cute. Oh, isn't he adorable? Oh, my word. I think he just looks beautiful, beautiful. It doesn't take much, and little clothes just spark him right up. But this is my version of Bobby. Now, you can go find the Bobby, what he really looks like, and the type of hair he had, you know, but I like him, you know. I'm not going to renew and go get the correct one with the right hair and all that. Now, I could root him if I wanted to. This is not glued down with permanent glue or anything of that sort. It's just a water-based glue. And I've thought about it many times of just rerooting him and making him the actual hairstyle he had back then. But again, I got so many dolls begging for some love that this isn't a priority. It does look really cute on him, and he looks really, you know, quite nice. But I wanted you to see him, and I do have his sister out here. We're going to do her next. But I wanted to let you know that I am back from our little excursion, and which was not a holiday by no means. This place where we stayed at had a nice, beautiful pool, indoor pool. And oh, how I wanted to take a dip, but my mind was just not there. It goes, you know, you look, but you don't, you don't ponder on it too long. You're out your room and you're gone, you know. And you know, that's just how it goes, you know. Everything was in walking distance too. Everything I could see the hospital from where I stayed. And it was just down the street, and that's all it was. You just walk down the street and you're at the hospital. And it doesn't take long to get where you need to get. It's a huge hospital, so flippin' big. But, you know, everybody tells you where to go, and they make sure you get there. I was able to understand where I needed to go, and you just understand your ABCs and where you're going, and where C will lead to D, and you're on your way. And I did really quite fine. I didn't struggle at all after that. I got to know it so well. I was just like the back of my hand. I could just do it in my sleep. After the second day, I was just doing it. So the only thing is that I'll share this with you. When I was crossing the street with the lights to get across, the little white man comes on there to make you walk. So you walk, and then all of a sudden these numbers start to show up, starting at 28. And because these streets are huge. Now I'm from a little town. This is a big city that's just grown so huge. And here I am all of a sudden go, I got 28 seconds to get across this huge street. Well, I'm booting it. By the time I got across, I only had 4 seconds. So the little white man shows up for 4 seconds. Then you got 28 seconds to get across. By the time I got across, the first time I was at 1 second. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then I made it to 4 seconds. Then by the time I left, I was at 10 seconds. I thought I did wonderful. But man, you got to boot it to get across those streets. And those cars are ready to be just right on top of you if you don't move. You can tell that they're just revving their engines. They want to get going at you. And I'm just like, oh my word. I need to get back home. I'm not in Kansas anymore, as the saying goes. I was like, wow. I never seen such a thing in all my life. And until I went there, and I'm like, 28, this thing is huge. By the time I got to the middle of the road, I was already at something like 18 or 17, 18 seconds. By the time I got across, I was at 1 second. Those cars were ready just to pound on you. Unbelievable. I was like, gee, where are you in such a hurry for? But again, I come from a city where, yeah, we drive crazy a bit, but you can get across the street in I think 5 seconds. They're just little streets, you know. Oh, wow. Quite the ordeal. But anyhow, here we go with Bobby. I thought I'd share you that there. But anyhow, have a great night, everybody. I'm glad to be back home. I'm glad to get back into my dolls here again. And I know my daughter's going to heal right up. It's going to take time. She needs about 6 weeks, they said, of healing time. And 6 to 8 weeks, something like that they're giving her. So right now she's moving slow, but every day she's moving a little bit better. And you can see little changes are happening all the time. So anyways, thank you for praying for her. Thank you for just being here and standing by me through all this. And my new subscribers, lots more coming. And stay tuned. I'm excited with what's coming up here. Like I said, if you want to see us make our Halloween bags, just say, hey, we want to see you make them. Because I got some interesting things you're going to see us make. And how we're going to, well, they're not. Probably stuff you've seen before, but we'll do it we'll make a video of it if you want to see it. So anyhow, thanks for joining me, and we'll be talking to you again really soon. Bye-bye.